30 seconds and counting. The guidance system will go in.
Hi everyone, welcome to Studio Classroom Worldwide. My name is Steve. We are so happy that you joined us today.
And my name is Beth. Hello everyone. Our article today is about one of the most famous actresses in the world, Cate Blanchett. We're going to learn about her childhood, her rise to fame, and her famous movie roles.
And we're also going to learn about the newest job that Cate Blanchett has taken on along with her husband. It's a new role that has brought her home back to Australia.
So get ready everyone, open your Studio Classroom magazines to page 16 and follow along for the reading for today's article, Cate the Great.
Cate the Great. No role is too difficult for leading lady Cate Blanchett. Oscar winner Cate Blanchett knows what it's like to be a queen. After all, Blanchett's powerful performance in 1998 in the movie Elizabeth catapulted the Australian actress to international stardom. In that film, she portrayed Queen Elizabeth I, one of England's most famous monarchs. Blanchett successfully reprised that famous role last fall in Elizabeth, the Golden Age. Blanchett not only plays royal roles, but reigns as queen of the big screen as well. A true chameleon when it comes to acting, Blanchett has proved she can master almost any role. Parts ranging from musician Bob Dylan to the mysterious leading lady in the latest Indiana Jones film have displayed her talent. With 32 released films under her belt in just over a decade, Blanchett is one of the world's most sought-after actresses. Born near Melbourne in May 1969, Blanchett was often shy as a child. But she possessed an extroverted side as well, and developed an early interest in performing. Blanchett recalls being deeply impressed by a magician at a birthday party she attended when she was 6 years old. From that time on, she dreamed of becoming a performer.
Hi friends, welcome back. Okay, let's get right into the article. In line 1 we read, Oscar winner Cate Blanchett knows what it's like to be a queen. Now you're probably familiar with the Oscars. Another name for the Oscars is the Academy Awards. And the Academy Awards are given out every year to honor the best of the best in the film industry.
That's right. Oscars are given to actors, directors, producers, costume designers, and to many other people who help to make movies. The Oscars are probably the most important film awards in the world. And Cate Blanchett won her first Oscar in 2005 for the movie The Aviator, which we are going to talk more about tomorrow.
So we know that Blanchett is an Academy Award winner and that she knows what it's like to be a queen because she played queens in several movies. We see in line 3 that her performance in 1998 in the movie Elizabeth catapulted Blanchett to international stardom. Beth, what does catapult mean?
Well, a catapult is a kind of machine that can be used to launch or to send stones or other heavy objects towards the enemy during a battle.
Okay, usually we think of catapults as ancient machines, right? They wouldn't be used in wars today.
That's right, Steve. But when catapults were used, they were able to send objects a long distance through the air. So when we say someone or something is catapulted, it means that it rises quickly and with a lot of power.
Right. So this sentence emphasizes that Cate Blanchett's rise to fame happened very quickly. After playing Queen Elizabeth in 1998, she became famous all over the world. That role is what sent her, or catapulted her, to international stardom.
Right, and in that movie, of course, she played Queen Elizabeth I, one of England's most famous monarchs. Steve, what is a monarch?
Well, Beth, a monarch is the ruler of a country, usually the leader who has been given the right to rule because of his or her family, like a prince, for example. A monarch is not an elected leader.
Okay, so a president, a prime minister, or other ruler that obtained a position of power because of people's votes is not a monarch, right?
That's right, Beth. In addition, a monarch usually rules for his or her entire life.
So when we think of monarchs, we usually think of kings, queens, or emperors. And Queen Elizabeth was one of England's most famous monarchs. And Cate Blanchett's role as Queen Elizabeth really caught the attention of movie fans around the world. And then last fall, as we read in line 8 in our text, Blanchett successfully reprised that famous role
in the movie's sequel called Elizabeth, the Golden Age. Now, when you reprise something, you repeat it. You do it for a second time or a third time. This word is most often associated with performance. You'll hear people talk about actors reprising roles, and that means that they take on the same role a second time.
You might also hear of people reprising music or dance performances. And often when people reprise roles or other kinds of performances, they try to do even better than they did the first time.
That's right. Now, moving on to our next paragraph, we see the sentence, Blanchett not only plays royal roles, but reigns as Queen of the big screen as well. So besides playing Queen Elizabeth twice, what other royal roles has Blanchett played, Beth?
I know this one. If you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings movies like I am, then you'll remember that Blanchett played the Queen of the Elves in those movies.
Okay, in all 3 movies, right? So counting the 2 Elizabeth movies, Cate Blanchett has played queens in 5 different movies.
So she definitely knows what it's like to be a queen.
And you know, friends, that ties in with the title of our article, Kate the Great. If you're a history student, then you'll know that certain historical figures have the great added to their name to emphasize their importance. For example, you may have heard of Alexander the Great, an ancient Greek who was known for his skills in battle.
That's right, and sometimes even Queen Elizabeth I is referred to as Elizabeth the Great. Well, getting back to line 10, we see that Blanchett not only plays royal roles, she also reigns as Queen of the big screen too. To reign means to rule or to exercise power over something or someone.
Okay, the verb reign can also mean to have control or influence of any kind. So in this case, when we say Blanchett reigns as Queen of the big screen, of course she's not a real queen, but it means that she has power and influence as one of the world's most famous film actresses.
And why is that? Well, in line 11, our text says that Blanchett is a true chameleon when it comes to acting. Now, a chameleon is a lizard that has the amazing ability to change its color depending on its surroundings.
They can change their colors to blend in so it's not noticed. Friends, like me, you may never have seen a real chameleon, but if we say a person is a chameleon, like Cate Blanchett, it means that she has an ability to change herself.
In this case, Blanchett is a chameleon at acting, which means she can become whatever she needs to be to fit the role she's playing. She has proven that she can master any role.
And let's look at some of those roles. Recently, she played musician Bob Dylan in the movie I'm Not There.
Wow, so friends, you can see that Blanchett is a chameleon. She can even act as a man.
Wow, and not just act, but act well. If you look at the caption under the picture on page 16, you'll see that Blanchett won a major film award for that performance as Bob Dylan.
It's not the Academy Award, but it's still a very impressive Golden Globe Award.
So she plays the man, Bob Dylan, but then she'll be seen as the mysterious leading lady in the new Indiana Jones film. So just like our text says, these wide-ranging roles have displayed Blanchett's talent, from the Queen of England
To a mysterious lady in Indiana Jones.
to Bob Dylan. It seems that no role is too difficult for Cate Blanchett. Well, students, it's time to take a quick break, but stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sorry.
Hi friends, welcome back to Studio Classroom Worldwide. If you've just joined us, please open your magazines to page 16. We're talking about Cate the Great.
We learned before the break about some of the varied roles that Cate Blanchett has played. She became internationally known after portraying Queen Elizabeth I in 1998. We also learned that she recently portrayed male musician Bob Dylan.
And that she's going to be seen in the upcoming Indiana Jones film.
So we can say that Blanchett is an acting chameleon, which means she can really change herself to take on any role.
Okay, let's get back to our text. In line 16, we read, with 32 released films under her belt in just over a decade, Blanchett is one of the world's most sought-after actresses.
Now, let's look at the phrase under her belt. Under one's belt is an idiom that is used to describe past experience or achievements.
Okay, so if we say Cate Blanchett has 32 released films under her belt, it means she has already completed work on those films.
Right, and remember, these 32 released films under Blanchett's belt refers to the films that she has already played, that refers to the films that have already played in theaters and are available on DVDs. And Blanchett has worked on all of these films in just over a decade.
Okay, friends, do you remember how long a decade is? A decade is a period of 10 years.
So, Cate Blanchett has made more than 30 films in a little over 10 years.
Wow, she certainly was busy, and all of these films have made her one of the world's most sought-after actresses. Sought is the past tense of the verb seek. Sought after describes something that people are seeking after because it's valuable or in demand.
And in this case, it's Blanchett who is in demand. And who's seeking after her? Well, directors, producers, movie studios, and other people who want her to appear in their movies.
Right. Well, now let's look at a little more at how Blanchett got her start. Moving on to the next paragraph, we see that Blanchett was born in 1969 near Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne is the second most populated city in Australia, and it's located in the southeastern part of that country.
And as a child growing up in Australia, Blanchett was often shy. But line 21 tells us that she possessed or had an extroverted side as well, and developed an early interest in performing.
Extroverted, that's a big word. It's our final key word of the day, and it's an adjective that describes people who are outgoing and who are naturally concerned with what's going on outside of them.
Good. Extroverted people are usually talkative and enjoy being around people more than being alone. Also, extroverted people are generally pretty confident.
Extroverted people, or extroverts, tend to be outgoing and social.
The opposite of extroverted is introverted, introverted, and it describes people who are more shy and more focused on themselves and their inner thoughts. Often introverted people prefer to be alone rather than in groups.
That's right, Beth. And again, we see that as a child, Kate Blanchett was shy at times, so she was a little introverted, but she was also extroverted too. She had an extroverted side to her, which made her concerned with people. And that extroverted part of her made her more outgoing.
Right, so we see that she developed an early interest in performing. And usually people who are very shy don't get interested in performing. So the more extroverted part of Blanchett was probably attracted to the idea of being a performer.
Okay, in line 23, we read that Blanchett recalls or remembers being deeply impressed by a magician at a birthday party when she was 6 years old.
And from that time on, after seeing that magician do his magic tricks, she dreamed of becoming a performer.
So Kate Blanchett was obviously inspired by the magician and the way he entertained people, and it made her want to entertain other people as well.
And she certainly has done that. Well, everyone, we have lots more to learn about Kate Blanchett, but now it's time to watch today's review skit and then visit the chat room.
Wow! Are you Queen Elizabeth? England's most famous monarch?
Not really, but I do know what it's like to be queen. Because I reign as queen of the big screen.
I know who you are. You're Kate.
Call me Kate the Great.
Oh, yes, Your Majesty. But you're not only a queen. When it comes to acting, you can master any role.
Yes, I can play a queen, the leading lady in Indiana Jones, or even Bob Dylan. I'm a true chameleon.
Wow, I heard you're the most sought-after actress in the whole world.
That's true. I have over 32 movies under my belt.
Wow, maybe you should get a bigger belt.
Yes, as a child, I was often shy, but now I'm more extroverted.
What changed you?
It was magic.
Magic?
Yes, when I was a child, I saw a magic show, and ta-da! I dreamed of becoming a performer.
Okay, you really are great. Can I have your autograph, please?
Sure, but what should I write? The Kate the Great? Or leading lady? Or Bob Dylan? I know. How do I spell chameleon?
Oh, I don't know. Just write messy, and it won't matter. Thank you.
Monarch. Queen Victoria was the first monarch to live in England's famous Buckingham Palace. Reprise. The cast of the musical reprised the theme song for the last act of the show. Reign. Emperor Kangxi reigned over China for 61 years. Under one's belt. Linda has more than 25 years of teaching experience under her belt. Extroverted. Brett is very extroverted, so he has no problem talking to strangers.
Hi everyone, welcome to the chat room. Hi Linda. Hi Linda.
Oh, sorry, Ken. I must have been daydreaming. Hi, everybody.
So, what were you daydreaming about?
A vacation at the beach. I was dreaming up a way to go this weekend.
Dreaming up?
You know, making a plan and an excuse about how to go.
Oh, dream 是梦 ，daydream 是白日梦，但是 to dream up of something 表示凭空想出一件事。So what do you think your chances are of going on this vacation?
Oh, none. David wouldn't dream of going because we have to go to a friend's wedding.
Dream of something 是梦想、幻想，用于否定句 would not dream of 就是连想都不敢想。Hey Linda, maybe your friend's wedding will be postponed or even canceled and then you can go.
Oh, dream on. That's never going to happen.
Hey, you never know. 另外一个用 dream 的片语是 dream on， 字面上是继续做梦吧，意思就是不可能实现的。
Okay, it's time now to go see Michelle, and I wouldn't dream of visiting anyone else.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. 这篇文章第一个重点，我们看 catapult 这个动词。catapult 当名词是指弹弓，在这里当动词是指弹出或射出。例如 In the crash, the driver was catapulted through the window. 车祸时，这名驾驶被弹出窗外。课文中还提到 be 动词加上 catapulted to something， 这是指一下子进入某种状态。例如 With the success of this novel, the writer was catapulted to fame. 由于这本小说的成功，这位作家一下子突然成名。接下来我们看的是 reprise 这个动词 ，re 这个字首有再一次的意思，所以 reprise 在这里是指重复或重现。例如 He was to play the professor, reprising the role he'd done 2 years ago. 他饰演教授一角，重新演出2年前演过的角色。或者是 The actor agreed to reprise the role in the sequels. 这位演员同意在接下来的续集中再次演出这个角色。最后我们看的是 rain 这个动词，注意它的发音和下雨的 rain 是一样的。Reign 本来是指统治，但是在这里是指称霸，或者是有极大的优势。例如 The Beatles reigned the pop music world during the 60s. 披头士在60年代称霸整个流行乐坛。或者是 Michael Jordan used to reign as the #1 basketball player in NBA. Michael Jordan 曾经是称霸 NBA 第一把交椅的球员。And don't forget to come back next time for more language tips. Goodbye and take care.
Well, Beth, one thing that really strikes me about Cate Blanchett is how busy she's been over the last decade. She made about 30 films. That's like the average of maybe 3 films a year. Very, very busy. And another thing that struck me a lot is the combination of being an extrovert and an introvert, having both of those qualities at the same time. I think a lot of us can relate to that.
You're right, Steve. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Well, it's time to review our lesson today with a few questions. How well were you paying attention? Here's the first question. Where is Cate Blanchett from? A, England, B, Austria, or C, Australia? Do you know the answer?
I know the answer.
What is it?
It's Australia, C. Okay, number 2. Who inspired Cate Blanchett to be a performer? Was it A, Queen Elizabeth, B, a magician, C, Bob Dylan, or D, Indiana Jones?
I know the answer. It's a magician, right?
Okay, so the answer is B. Well, a magician inspired Cate Blanchett to start performing. Maybe Cate Blanchett inspires other people around the world to be actors and actresses too. She's such a wonderful actress. I'm sure she will inspire, or that she already has inspired people to enter the entertainment industry as performers.
That's right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, friends. Be sure to come back tomorrow to learn even more about Cate Blanchett. Until then, from all of us at Studio Classroom Worldwide, goodbye.
Goodbye, friends.
Give it a try. Studio Classroom Worldwide. At Studio Classroom, you'll find a way to broaden your mind. This class is perfect for me and my vocabulary. Make a friend for life. Make us your friend for life. At Studio Classroom Worldwide. Your friend for life. Make a friend for life. Make us your friend for life. At Studio Classroom Worldwide. Studio Classroom Worldwide.